Cancel the male podcasters and let women succeed.
When I was like going to buy these headphones, I was like, I'm podcasting.
You're like, I'm just gonna be like on a podcast, no big
Just
deal.
like a featured guest, dream guest on a podcast.
Just her dream guest on the podcast. Okay, hey guys, welcome to another episode of the podcast. It's a nice little rainy day here in Chicago. How is it in Alabama?
It's raining there too?
Yeah, it's raining here.
I didn't know it was raining there because it's like storming here, and I was like, I might lose power, so I'm sitting in front of a candle. I lose power all the time. I don't know why.
Oh, well, that's if your Wi-Fi goes out, I guess I know why.
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah.
There are multiple barriers against us during this podcast
But we
because
will persevere.
we will persevere, but there are multiple barriers. I'm on call, and you know crew scheduling hates to see me happy.
Imagine you take a call like on live on the podcast.
No, that would be hella funny, actually. I
It'd be
kind of want
funny.
that to happen.
Just bleep out some stuff.
I have an aggressive generic for international right now, so
it would be a good call.
let's hope.
Hopefully.
Okay, so this episode today is going to be this is hiring season. A lot of airlines are hiring right now, and you guys are going to be going to training in the new year of 2026. What a weird concept that it's going to be 2026.
That doesn't exist.
That doesn't feel right. I was like, my vacation is January of 2025, and then it was like, no, girl, your vacation is January 2026.
I was trying to figure out today when 2022 was. It was 3 years ago. But know that we were in training like literally this day.
Yeah.
3 years ago. We hadn't even figured out where we were going to be based yet because we found out on Halloween.
Dude.
So at this point we didn't know.
We're going to have to tell them the story of that too. Okay, so Carlie is my friend from training. We had to film this like one other time and our mics were messed up, so we kind of have to just like tell this part again. So that's why if we're like, that's why. Yeah, so basically, Carlie and I were in the same training class, and originally her and I did not like each other. We just rubbed each other the wrong way. Carlie thought I was ditzy. I thought she was bitchy. And yeah, we just like didn't really vibe at first. And then Carlie kind of started hanging out with the friend group that I was in. And I noticed she was a really amazing note taker. Like she had all these really nice annotated notes that were very easy to study. And I was having a really hard time studying the jump seats and studying like the head points and stuff. And Carlie was just so good. So once I saw her like join our friend group, I was like, this bitch. I said, keep your friends close, keep your enemy closer. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh my God, hey Carlie, can you send me your notes? And she was like, yeah.
Reason we didn't like, I didn't think you were stupid. I was just like, you said you didn't like public speaking and then you went to like public speak so eloquently. And I was like, it's almost like when a girl, just kind of puts herself down for no reason. I was like,
like, do you think it was kind of pick me? Did you perceive it as pick me?
Yeah, you were like, I'm so nervous about public speaking. And then you like kept going and I was like, she's really good.
But like, you didn't see I was shaking like a chihuahua. I was so nervous.
Okay, fair. Our
instructor came to, he's Chicago based. He came to one of my parties and he was like, it's honestly so crazy that you got up in front of everyone at the beginning of training and you were like, I'm scared to public speak. And now you're like this big TikToker that like everyone knows. I'm like, no,
come along, right? Yeah. Yeah.
This job does something to you. I am not the same person I was before training.
No, I don't feel like I am.
I don't even feel like I was myself in training. I feel like training brought out this really weird
version. No, that's the funny
of me.
thing about us not even liking each other. That was not me in training.
No.
Like, there would be snippets of me, like, at the hotel, like, when we were all hanging out. But, like
when you had a glass of wine.
I still, like, I just, like, did not speak, really.
I know, and I remember our friend Chase made a comment that was like, oh, Destiny's anxious and freaking out, but Destiny's always anxious and freaking out. I'm like, you guys don't know me outside of this world. You don't know me outside of this world. I'm cool, I promise. Like, I'm not like this weirdo all the time.
No, when we got out of training and like all moved together and then like actually got to experience people's real personalities, I was like, oh my God.
We all love each other. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Even though we were drunk the entire time. But let's start from the beginning. So when was your interview for our airlines?
It was in...
Was it in August? Mine was in August, yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure it was the week after I graduated college early. And I graduated in August instead of May. So it was like late August.
That was our airline's the only one you interviewed with, right?
No, I had a CJO.
I forgot with Frontier.
I had a CJO. I was supposed to leave for training with Frontier 3 days after my interview with the airline that we're currently at, and I was fully gonna do it.
Girl, I don't know. She also like the difference between us is I like wanted this so bad. I was so well researched, all this stuff. Carly's like, I just wanted to be in the sky. I don't know.
I graduated college, or I was graduating college. I got into all these master's programs, and that was my plan, and I was just like, I couldn't really make up my mind, and my mom asked me if you could do anything, like, what would you do right now? And I said I would just travel, like, and somehow for free. And then I was like, "Oh, wait." So I just applied. I literally applied to everywhere that was hiring and just went based on vibes. I
Which
did a little bit of research, but, like, not
she
really.
spent, like, her first few years as a flight attendant, you know, just being at the mercy of the company, but now she's back in school, so she works and she
I
does
am getting my
school
master's now.
remotely. She's getting her master's, which is really cool and really bad bitch, and one thing about this job is you can't make it your entire life. You have to have something outside of this job because it can be very, like, I put my whole life into this job and what now? But basically, so we went to flight attendant training in October of 2022. Wait, do you want to talk about the interview process a little bit more? Because a
We
lot of people
can.
ask for like interview tips, and I'm honestly, I feel like the trauma really makes me be like,
No, because, like, it's weird, like, I did do a little bit of research. I think I just looked on Reddit, to be honest.
yeah, Reddit cabin crew careers is great.
I didn't
I
watch,
know I
like
was one of those stupid, annoying people on that
I never
forum.
posted, but yeah, I did, like, look at other people's questions, and then, like, you always ask me, like, "Who did you watch on YouTube? Did you watch this person?" I'm like, "I didn't." I mean, up until the interview, I was still, like, in school, so I was like, I just yeah, had some other
I'm just shooting the dart and letting it land where it goes.
maybe we'll do a PhD, maybe we'll do a flight attending.
Maybe we'll do PhD, maybe we'll sing ginger ale, we'll see. So yeah, I feel like my interview experience was really like everything just felt very right. It was like a very fun experience in my
Yeah.
opinion for our airline. It was like very fun, and more so feel like they were just kind of feeling out your vibes and your personality,
Yeah.
opposed to like my first interview felt very much like,
Oh, yeah, I forgot you did that one
yeah, it was
at
very
that
much
place
like,
at that time.
what makes you think you're good enough for us? And this one was very like, hey,
Yeah,
my God.
I think it really helps having one under your belt because, like, I had done Frontiers, and Frontiers was a huge party. That's why I was like, "Okay." Like, they were
Um,
just so much fun, and I was like, "Okay, hell yeah." You know what? Hell yeah.
then did ours seem intimidating for you?
A little more intimidating. I think it was, like, a little bit longer too of a day,
It
if
was
I'm
long, it was like
remembering.
6 hours.
Yeah, if I'm remembering correctly, but it helps that I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be going for this long." So, no, ours was a good time. I wasn't really, like, nervous or scared. I do remember I was confused about the formatting because like, I had been to one before and gotten the CJO, and I knew, like, how it went. Like, basically, if you just stay till the end, it's yeah. But then they started telling all of us in ours that we would find out in 2 weeks, and I was like
Girl, what now?
they told everybody that we were gonna find out in 2 weeks, and I was like, "Oh," and then they start calling people out.
The way the interview went was like, "All right, well, you know, we introduced ourselves, we did the group activity, you guys will hear back in 2 weeks," and I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
"What the hell's going on?" And they were
I
like,
was
"They're
mad.
gonna call you guys down by group to get the fans out of here or something," and they were like, "Group 1, like, da 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 da, and da da da," and then I kept not getting called, and then I looked at the guy next to me, which is one of our classmates, the one that blocked me, but him and I were looking at each other, and we were like, "We're not getting called," and then, yeah, we ended up getting left behind, and the girl that gave me my CJO was just like, "You worked in Napa? I love wine tasting," and
Once
I
you
was
get
like,
the CJO, they're like, "Hell yeah." They're like,
they're
"Welcome."
like, "You're one of us now, like, let's
Mine
get it."
told me that, like, my mom did a really good job raising me, and my mom was like
That's so sweet.
I know, no, she was so sweet. She was like, "Do you have any questions for me?" And I was like, "Yeah."
She said, "Okay, I have one more question for you." And I said, "What is it?" And she goes, "Do you wanna be a flight attendant for us?"
Dude,
And I
low-key,
said,
that'd be kind of fun to do. I would almost work
"I told
there
you I
just
could
for
work in
that.
recruiting.
Yeah. I
I could
remember
work in recruiting. I would just be, like, the fun one."
when we went to go do the reach test, I was like, "That's it." Like, we did it. And so, our friend was standing in front of me. I didn't know her, obviously, at the time. She's
Which
like
one?
Mackenzie.
She's 5 foot.
She's like, yeah, probably 4'10", 5 foot. She has on these huge heels, and we're like kind of like, just talking amongst each other. And I'm 5'10", by the way. And she's like, is talking to somebody else and looks at me and she's like, I'm kind of worried. And I was like, I wasn't gonna say anything to you, girl, but I'm kind of worried for you. But she did it. She reached that thing. I
And
went
now
like
we
this
have
straight
these,
out.
like, closing bin assist tools. I personally can't use them because I almost hit someone, a passenger, in the face with one time, and I was like, "We're
Yeah,
just
sure,
gonna be getting on our
accidentally.
tippy toes." I'm 5'5", so, like, I can barely
I
close it
walk down
without
the aisle doing it both hands, and I get so many compliments all the time. I have guys go, "Nice wingspan," and I'm like, "That's why they hired me."
kinda like a power move, like
No,
shutting
like, if
bins,
I'm
but
working with somebody super short, I'm like, "Hey, girl, if you need help with those bins, just let me know. I got the advantage, like, I'll help you
"Hey,
out,
baby
even if
girl, you
I'm
ain't gotta
up
worry
front."
about nothing, baby girl."
Especially on the international, like, the bigger planes, they're even higher up.
Yeah, they are very
Not right.
high. Yeah, so training was a whirlwind, I'll say. It was
We
kind
have
of
we have
traumatizing.
2 very different training experiences.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, like, stress-wise.
Yeah, because, like, the thing about you and me is we're very different. Like, you are a very studious person, and I went to 1 year of community college and was like, "I'm gonna jump
Yeah.
out of this window if I
I
have
don't
to take
even think
another math class."
it's not, like, even, like, a like, smartness thing, it's, like, I came straight from 3 years of college, where I was pre-med, so, like, I came straight from academic setting to this other academic setting, which, like, it's hard in its own regard, but it's not, like, organic chemistry, so I was breezing. I was still
Yeah.
studying my butt off. I was, like,
Well,
you
yeah.
know
The moment your ego gets inflated with the test is when you almost fail. The moment you're like, "I'm good. I don't even need to study that hard. This is all so easy," is when you fail.
Yeah, like, it was easy for me, but I still spent hours and hours studying. I made all those notes and stuff, so
Yeah. And for me, like, I went to beauty school. Getting my state board exam, I failed it, like, 2 times before, which is also a written test. And so I just was like, "I'm not a good test taker." So I ended up failing, like, one of our first exams, which was, like, the most basic. It was the 737. I remember it because me and that plane had
that
beef
was our
for a
first
while.
that was our first airplane, though.
That was our first
It was
airplane. Yeah.
different.
I failed the 737, and everyone passed it, and I was just like, "I'm an idiot sandwich." So I'm, like, feeling so stupid, and so the rest of the test, I studied my ass off for, like, I was like, "I'm not playing with any of this." And so it was ones where, like, our classmates that were super smart and got, like, 100% on everything, they started to, like, let their ego get to their head, and then they started, like, failing or almost failing. So, like, the medical came around, and I was like, "I'm not playing around." Like, I studied so hard for the medical, and multiple of our friends were like, "Dude, I failed." I'm
To
like,
be
"You
fair, medical is hard in, like, a different way.
I passed it with 100%, but I feel like maybe I knew a lot of people in the medical field, so maybe I, like, knew certain
Yeah,
terms. I just
maybe. I feel
the
like
process
medical
of elimination.
was the one that, like, even people that did well on other stuff struggled with. I think just, like I don't even know why, because it wasn't like we were talking about why these things happen, it was just like, if they happen, this
But, like, at training, if you guys are about to go to training, it's so funny because, like, the first 2 days, you're like, "I'm gonna be a flight attendant, like, yeah, let's party." And then the 3rd day, they're like, "We're done playing."
No, literally, like, I was gonna mention this, the first day, they were like, they're just trying to, like, get you into this cult or whatever. It's just, like, a big party, and then they said one of our first days, they were like, "The people you meet here are gonna be in your lives forever. They're gonna be in your weddings," and I looked around and I was like, "Sure, I'm never gonna speak to these people again," and look at us.
Yeah, we talk every day.
Even, like, other people, like, still super close, like, I'll probably be invited to their weddings, I hope.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about, like, random people.
No, I know. Some of our we have, like, close friends, like, we have a friend group from training that, like, all cool, chill people, but then we also had a lot of weirdos in our training class that just had judgy vibes.
Yeah, and if you're watching this, you know who
If you're wondering if it's you, look in the mirror.
probably is.
No, I'm just kidding.
We had a really
But
chill class.
we had a very tame class. Well, I just heard tea about this isn't Call Her Daddy.
No, yeah, so we can't really speak on, class drama because we truly did not have any. I've heard about people getting in actual physical fight at
Yeah.
the campus.
Actually, we did have one drama. Remember the girl that said the racist comment?
That was, like, day 3, that didn't even count in my head.
That's true. So we had this girl that was actually she was in my interview. So her and I had added each other on Instagram. I just want to add that she's like a trans woman from the Philippines that like married an American man and came here. So I was like, you're racist?
No, because okay, we had heard that she had been asked to leave or something, and, like, I feel like we were all kinda collectively concerned that they, didn't want her there for other reasons, if you know what I'm getting at.
She told me what had happened, like, right when it happened, and I was like, "To be honest, can you get away from me?"
Girl, did you
She
think I
was
was gonna
like
be on your side?
she was like, "It's not that bad." And I was like, "Okay, what did you say?" She said, "I just said I didn't want it to be based here because there's too many black people there." And I go she goes, "That's all I said." And I go, "You said that?"
She said
And
it
she
in
was
front
like
of people of color,
in
other people
front
of color,
of it
everyone.
was during
It's not funny,
uniform fitting, and so a girl in our class that was next to her was like, "Excuse me?" And was like, "Well, hell no." And so she went and talked to the, like, director what's her like, class manager or
I
whatever you
don't even
call it?
blacked out. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, the class manager. And they, like, made her wait an entire weekend to, like, make their decision on if they were gonna remove her or keep her, and she wouldn't tell me what happened, and I kept being like, "If you need someone to talk to, I got you, I'm here for you." And so then one night she pulled me and was like, "I just said I didn't wanna be based here because there's too many black people there." And I was like,
Leave me alone.
"Please!"
Get out
Like,
of my DM now.
no,
See yourself
it was in
out.
person, it was in person. She told me in person. She, like we met down in the lobby for a
Really?
glass of wine because I thought something
Wait,
was, like,
she was
genuinely
wait, was
genuinely wrong. Yeah, so she said that, and then after that, she kept trying to, like, hang out around me, and I was like, "To be honest, if you are saying, like, racist things, like, I don't wanna be associated with you. I'm not about to be racist by association, okay? Like, no." So then she gets removed from our class. She gets the thing about them removing people too is they'll just pull them out secretly and, like, rip their name tag off their desk, and you'll get back from a break and just be like everyone will be like, "Where's
or,
the
like,
name
after a
tag's
test
gone."
when the name tag's gone.
That means they failed out.
That was dramatic.
They
Yeah.
didn't, like, make announcements about it until we got closer to the end. They were kinda like, "We wish blah, blah, blah the best, like,
Yeah, once
unfortunately"
we became more,
close.
close-knit, if somebody was leaving, they addressed it, but, like,
But the
those first
first few weeks, they didn't say anything, so we'd all just
honestly,
be
the
like
drama of them just taking the name tag was kinda like
it was
they'd be like,
strange,
"Yeah, they got kicked out." They just, like one of them would walk up, take it off,
and, like, walk away all
walk
silent,
away,
and we're like,
and we would all go, "Oh my god."
"Oh my god."
But we didn't even lose that many people in our class,
No, we only lost a
so
couple. We lost
yeah.
a couple due to testing, which honestly, like remember that one girl that kept showing up in pajamas?
No.
I forget what her name was,
Girl, I
but
don't even remember people that made it all the way through, and if you're watching this, I'm so sorry.
I just remember because her and I had our rooms next to each other, and I remember, like, she failed one exam, and the next morning I was like, "Girl, you got this," like, the next morning of the exam, she was like, "I was up all night watching the new season of Love Is Blind," and I'm like, "You weren't studying, you
She
just
was enjoying
failed."
that hotel. That's what she was doing.
She was
Respect.
enjoying that basic ass airport hotel, I'll tell you that, and I'm like, "You weren't studying? Like, you just failed," and then she failed again and got kicked out.
Yeah. No, I actually vaguely remember that maybe, but
I will say if you guys have, like, testing anxiety, they do give you all of the resources to succeed, it just takes a lot of time, you know? You do need to make sure you're really in-depth studying,
yeah.
it's not like a test where you're just like, it's gonna be mindless, like, our quarterly web-based trainings, like, I literally am like
Click, click. Yeah. I'm like,
it's
I
like,
got that why did I get that
your
wrong?
manager walks by and grabs your ass and says, "That's a fine piece of ass, is this considered sexual harassment?" It's like, "No, it's not." But, like, the flight attendant training tests are actually you actually need to really study for them.
Yeah, you need to study, but then one thing that I found that our instructors told us were first of all, they told us that you know everything. Like you have all the information you need to know for this test. But they also said to not second guess yourself.
Right.
And I feel like that is what helped me a lot. That's why so I would finish in, like, maybe 5 minutes because I was just, like, gut instinct answering, and I'm not my problem is sometimes, like, in school and stuff, I second guess and I keep going over questions. So in training, I just didn't do that at all, and yeah, that helped
You'll find out what's right for you. You can fail up to twice, I think. You can't fail more than
in
2 times in a row
our training.
in our training. And for me, it was different. It was very, like, process of elimination. Take your time, read through, pick the ones that you know aren't it, and then, like, look at the 2 where you're, like, debating between, and then let your gut instinct because, like, For me, I think my anxiety was just making me be like, "This one, go. This one, go." And so, like, I feel like I needed to learn the process of elimination, and, like, that's what worked for me, but you fail once and you're like, "Alright, I need to figure out something else." Just like, "What is this?
What is that?
What's that,
She's got a mole
James?
suddenly.
What was that?" Yeah, so 2 of our friends were, like, secretly hooking up behind our backs, and one of
Yeah.
them was
I said, "Yeah."
they
Wait, that
would
makes it sound like it was me. The way
no,
I said,
it
"Yeah,"
wasn't
never
her.
mind, it wasn't me.
Me and Carlie would not be hooking up with a straight male flight attendant, I'll tell you that.
No.
Not our type of guy. But our friend was secretly, like, sneaking off with this straight male flight attendant, and they would, like, leave the group study, like, the same time, but, like, 2 minutes away from each other, so they were, like, not making it obvious, but then we kinda caught on, we were like, "Are you
Hold
guys
on.
smashing?" And she's like, "I didn't wanna tell you," and I'm like, "You're supposed to be my best friend.
You're my best friend in the entire world."
You're my best friend. I've known you for 2 weeks. You can't hide things from me." It's so crazy how heightened everything feels during training.
Yeah, very true.
It feels like
I can't think of
genuinely
any
like
examples, but
you're on some crazy reality show or
I don't
something.
remember a lot from training.
That's for the best.
No, but, like, if you wanna be an accepted straight male flight attendant, please send us an application. The review committee is just us 2. We only give out about 4 passes a year for you to
For
be
a
a
year.
non-creepy straight male flight attendant. It's a lifetime membership until you do something to have it revoked.
One of our classmates, like, blocked me and everyone's like, "Why did he block you?" And I'm like, "I kinda did tell people he was creepy, so he probably heard that through the grapevine."
Valid. Maybe he just hated you and
Oh, sorry, guys. What were some other, like, notable things or, like, funny things to talk about in trading? Oh, let's talk about some annoying people. We had some,
yeah,
like
what?
Carlie Carlie was, like, the most pissed off by the annoying people in our class because
I
we had some
genuinely
just, like
struggled every single day. The hardest part of training for me was actually sitting through dumb people.
okay, let's take turns. Stuff that we remember people saying. I remember a girl raising her hand and saying, "If someone's too fat, do you just, like, roll them through the aisle in an emergency?" Oh, do you remember the one that said, "During a rapid decompression, can you see?" And then we said, "Through the oxygen?" And she said, "Yes."
But
And
can
we
you see
said,
through oxygen? No, she,
"Yeah,
like,
honey.
genuinely posed the question, "Can you see through oxygen?"
Yes, babe. You can see through oxygen. You're lucky you're super pretty." And
I can't
I'm not the smartest book on the shelf, okay?
I can't think of any specifics. I just know that it was every single day, and it was so frustrating. Listen, not everybody in flight attendant training is stupid, however, comma.
Yeah, we have, like, some previous nurses, lawyers, like, people that have really stressful jobs, very successful, and decided to come to flying. I've even flown with a flight attendant that's, like, a chiropractor, and he owns his own practice and flies on the side, so
I will say, though, I've been thinking about it recently, for all those stupid questions, weird situations do come up that you could not have dreamed of. But I think those stupid people could have dreamed of those situations, and they probably asked questions about them. Like, that's the thing with, like, being a flight attendant is just, like, when people ask me what's the craziest thing that's ever happened, I'm just like, "You could not fathom the kinds of
yeah.
things that happen."
Yeah, like, every flight attendant, like, if you're not a flight attendant, you'll be like, "Is this real?" Like, someone will literally be having a heart attack, their neck is gushing blood, and the other person's like, "Where's my Diet Coke?"
It was really sad, actually. An old man pooped all over everything. We were just delayed with the door open at the gate, and I go and tell the captain, he's like, "Okay, I'll get the cleaners to come." And I said, "No, everybody needs to get off the plane right now." He wanted them to
Really?
stay on. I was like, "No, because no, I'm not going viral on TikTok today, actually."
You
He thought
so would
everybody
have
could stay
too.
on while the cleaners just, mopped it all up. Yeah.
Poor guy.
It was on other people too. This, like, girl, probably our age, came up to me and she was like,
Yeah, I had an honor flight with, like, the old military people out of DC, and one guy that I guess on the way there, he has one leg and he pooped himself and stuff like that, so they were just, like, letting me know in case he, like, needs to go to the bathroom or something like that. This man had the hots for me so bad. Papa
real
was
recognizes real. He knew.
he knew a bad bitch from back in his day, alright? He knows a bad bitch, alright? No, literally, he's like, "When you're finished with service, come here. I got a question for you." And I was like, "Okay." And then
Please don't have pooped your pants again.
he goes, "When you turn around and shake your booty, is that your little happy dance?" And I
Destiny,
go,
why are you ever doing that on the plane? Why are you doing
"I don't think so. I don't think I'm shaking my booty
I
on the
did
plane.
not shake my booty.
Sir, like, maybe I, like."
Sir, it was turbulence.
It was
I was trying not
turbulence.
to fall.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I definitely wasn't, like, twerking, like, maybe I was like this, like, sometimes I'm like, "Hee hee, yay," but I don't even have a booty, so it's like, there's not much to shake.
Did anybody
What
Good
else
times.
happened during training? Let's see. So oh yeah, let's talk about our base reveal. It was really
Yeah,
stressful because they didn't tell us what base we were gonna
but we
have
were getting
until
towards the end.
it was week
Time
4.
time was ticking.
It was week 4, and we had 6 weeks of training, and then you know how many days we had to move? 5, including if you wanna go home and see your family first. Like, it's all up in 5 days. So, it was actually really cute. It was Halloween when they did our base reveal, and everyone said, like, it's around, week 4, and so we get to our classroom, and our airline is hella cheesy, like, they do so many cheesy ass things, so they were like we had all these pumpkins filled with
Starburst.
Starburst on our table, and we were like, "Hell yeah!" So, like, we all sat down and everyone was, like, looking under the pumpkin, looking inside the pumpkin.
Can I
There's
add what I
nothing in
said?
there. What?
Can I add what I said to one of our instructors
What did
before
you
we
say?
so mine had all yellow starburst, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm, like, allergic to red food coloring. How did you guys know?" And he just looked at me like, "Girl."
And mine was also all yellow, and I was like, "I hate yellow Starburst." Like, I just was like, "Why did I get all yellow?" But there was no sign of any base, there was nothing in there, and a lot of people or a lot of, like, instructors would just, like, hide envelopes under the table, or they have it, like, on a tablet or something, but ours really took the time to, like, go in depth, so they
Yeah,
were like
that was
we
creative.
were all like, "Oh my god, they're about to tell us our bases," and they're like, "Time for a history of Halloween," and we're like,
History of Halloween. The last thing I wanted to hear.
"The history of Halloween?
Like, we
I
were in
almost just shit my
kindergarten.
pants from failing an exam from earlier this morning, and we're about to learn about the history of Halloween?"
As if we were first graders.
Yeah, I was like, "Let's talk about the history of Halloween and Hallows Eve," and so they're just, like, going into this lame-ass PowerPoint, and everyone's like, "What the
Lame ass
hell?"
PowerPoint.
And we're like eating our candies, and then they're like, "So with the Starburst, if you have this color Starburst, you're going to DC." And we're like, "What the hell?" And they're like, "If you have yellow, you're going to Philly." And we were like,
And we all
they
had
were like,
yellow.
"If you have orange, you're going to Miami." And they're like, "Oh." So yeah, it was really cute. And our instructors put their own time and money into making that reveal for us, which was really sweet of them. They were like such sweet instructors. Not all people had that experience with their instructors,
And
which is so sad.
we kept ours for the most part the whole
Yeah,
time,
we didn't really
and
rotate
that's not very
instructors.
common. And
I think it is
honestly,
now. I think they
well, that's
realized like
good. I think
I
they
think they
were listening
realized
to our
rotating the
feedback.
instructors so much wasn't good.
Yeah, because like, sometimes, people have different teaching styles, so
Yeah, also I just became so like emotionally attached to our instructors.
yeah, for
I
sure.
love them. Yeah, it was a crazy
And then
experience.
we
So
had 2
then
weeks to find a place to live.
yeah, so we had 2 weeks. I found a lead from a girl that I met on Facebook. This is pre-TikTok, pre-TikTok friends. I
I was like,
had like
TikTok was a thing.
no, TikTok was the thing, but I'm saying I wasn't like popping on TikTok.
Boo-hoo.
I didn't have the resources that I have now. Like now if I needed a place to live, I could find it very easily. But
Should
like before,
rally the troops.
what?
Should rally the troops.
I'll rally the troops together. Us flight attendants, we help each other out, and I've been able
She'll
to build a
mobilize
really nice
the
community.
army.
We'll deploy the army. No, for real, flight attendants are the best. I'll just post and I'll be like, "Guys, I'm stuck here," and multiple people are like, "Stay at my house," and I'm like, "Thank you." But yeah, I found a girl through Facebook that hooked me up with this landlord that had these like disgusting houses, rat-ridden
So
houses. But
Destiny shows me and our other friend where she's found, and I wish I could probably find the text between me and Nami that just say she's like, "I don't think I can do this," and I'm like, "Me neither." And you like sat us down and you were like it was like a come to Jesus talk. You were like, "This is our only option," basically.
it was because the thing is we chose Philly because we were like, we're gonna be able to afford something nice. But we realized between the three of us, with our
Like,
budget with me not having a car and with other things, that in order to live in the city, this was our only option. It was very cheap. It was a 4-bedroom. We paid 700 each, and there were only 3 of us living there. It was very, very cheap. It was a 5-minute walk to the train. Disgusting. There were rats, there were mice.
I
It
found the
was
text.
so gross. You found the text?
I found the text because this is my like old phone basically. I said, "What are your honest thoughts about the house? The more I think about it, I'm panicking. Like I know it makes sense, but I'm stressed." Mommy said, "Carlie, it's absolutely horrible, but we have to." She said, "There's no kitchen. It's a corner in a house."
It was
She
pretty
said,
bad.
"Carlie, I know we hate it, but baby girl, we gotta suck it up for a bit."
Seriously, and it was also a month-to-month lease, and he didn't make us pay a security deposit, right? Or I think it was a small security deposit or
Yeah,
something.
something like that.
It was like
No,
there
it
were,
was
like, a lot of
yeah,
factors why
it
it
made
was gonna be
sense.
the one, and there are also other flight attendants that lived on that street, and also the unit across the street from us was open as well, so we got 3 other of our classmates in the unit across from us. So it was, like, the most logical thing to make
Yeah,
work,
and that was
but it
so
was
much
gross.
fun. It was worth it, I guess.
It was really fun, and we lived right in Center City, we lived right downtown Philly, and we had so much fun during the holidays, like, we did Thanksgiving together, we did, all the Christmas lightings and hot chocolate nights, and the Christmas market was, like, a 5-minute walk from our house. So, we were, like, drunk the entire time, just, like, being little crusty little street rats in Philly. It was really
Yeah,
fun, and also, like, Philly has such great internationals, we all, like, went to so many places that we've never been before.
yeah.
Yeah. So we lived in Philly for like 2 years.
I lived there for 1 year. I
I lived there
only
for 2
survived
years.
1 year.
I lived there for 2 years. Yeah, around the 1-year mark, a guy like broke into the house and tried to me. And yeah, very traumatic experience. So all of us kind of like went separate ways at that point because we were like,
Yeah.
none of us really wanted to live in this neighborhood anymore, even though it was a freak accident,
We
totally.
were already kind of,
Not feeling it.
thinking
We were already kind of
about
outgrowing it.
and, like, I was thinking about if I wanted to move and commute, and then that just, like, pushed everybody
Yeah,
to get
Carlie was
on.
kinda thinking, like, "I kinda wanna go back to Alabama and commute to a different base," and other people were like, "Yeah, I'm kinda ready to go to a different base," and so that experience just kind of all made us be like, "Yeah, let's all just, like, go our separate ways now." So
Yeah.
me and one of our other roommates got a place together for, like, 6 months, and then I was just kinda like, "I just don't really wanna be here anymore," so then I came to Chicago, and I've been here for a year now, and Carlie has been in Alabama commuting, which has been a pro and a con.
Me saying, "It hasn't been that bad." My texts, say otherwise.
You very
My
much
mental
have, like,
breakdown.
2 different sides of your personality when you're
Yeah, like,
commuting.
it's worth it to me because I absolutely love where I live, and it's super affordable, like, literally, still it's been 2 years living here, and I walk around my neighborhood just, like after you live in such a shitty place, anything afterwards, like, I just walk around and I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm so grateful to live here." Like, we just have a
Yeah.
neighborhood scavenger hunt in my little neighborhood, like, I love it so much, so it's worth commuting for me.
Yeah, and you feel safe as, like, a single female, and it's also, like,
Yeah,
more affordable, and she can have her car, and she can,
yeah.
like I feel like you just have a more stable life there.
Oh, yeah, for sure, but I do have to commute, and sometimes it goes really well, and sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes I'm having a mental breakdown in the terminal in uniform, crying, screaming on the phone to my mom that I don't have any clean underwear.
Sleeping in the crew room.
Honestly, like, some of my crew room sleeps weren't that bad.
Some of my crew room sleeps were pretty comfortable.
But when I was based in DC, like, that was nice. Yeah, DC was nice.
Yeah, and now she's gonna be based in Chicago, which will be nice because I mean, I'm here, so
Yep, I can't
and
wait, I want, like
you have other friends here too, right?
yeah, like, flying or what?
No, just, like, friends that live
Oh,
here.
yeah, yeah. I got a lot of friends there. A lot of people from because 'cause I'm from
Illinois.
yeah, so a lot of my friends from high school, that's kind of most people moved to Chicago after
Yeah,
college.
it's like their
So,
big
yeah,
city moment.
I'm excited about Chicago when I come back to work.
Yeah, Carly's been on a leave.
Just a little leave, uh, just a little
Me and Carly both had
injury on duty leave.
separate, attack
You know what
situations,
I was
which
thinking about before this? How did I tell you what happened to me? I'm pretty sure I said, "Guess who joined the club?"
I don't know, but it was something very direct. You
I
straight up
said
just
I
like
said I said, "First of all," I said, "trigger warning," or I text you trigger warning. I have to tell
oh,
you
I think you
something.
called me.
I text you trigger warning, and then I called you just 'cause,
Yeah.
like, I knew it was probably triggering for you, and I was like
Me and
Yeah,
Carlie too,
that's
like,
what happened.
we could probably so get canceled, but it's because we have really dark humor, so we really play
Yeah,
things off,
that's I think I said, like, "Let's start a club," like, "I got attacked club."
like, "I got attacked, whoop," and then, like, her and I will be talking, we're like, "Damn, our daddy issues hit us different," like, we have such dark humor.
Very tame on this podcast. I could definitely get canceled easily.
Yeah, you could get canceled. When me and Ethan tried to do a podcast, the audio quality was really bad, but also we said some very cancelable things, and I was, like, watching
You
it
know,
back,
God
and I
was
was
on your
like,
side.
"God said make this audio bad
The
so you
universe was
bitches
looking
don't
out
get
for you.
canceled." You know what's
Yeah,
crazy, though, is, like, you haven't met Ethan, have you?
not in person, no.
He like, him and I, like, dislike the same people, and the same people dislike us.
As
He'll
it should
text me
be,
and be
yeah.
like, "Bitch, guess who unfollowed me?" And I said, "Let me check if they unfollowed me," and I'm like, "Oh my god, they did," and he's like,
Yeah,
"Fake ass,
you're
fake
like
ass."
evil twins.
We're like evil twins,
Evil
yeah,
twins to the flight attendant TikTok community.
we're evil twins to the flight
But, like,
attendant
it makes
TikTok
sense. If
community.
somebody doesn't like you, they're not gonna like him,
Yeah, because 'cause we're both
probably.
very blunt. We're both very,
Yeah,
very blunt.
not
But then I also feel
sugarcoating.
like it's a very polarizing dynamic because it's either, like, love or you just don't like us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Forget what I was gonna say in regards to that.
So I got attacked.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, do you wanna talk about it a little bit or no?
I'll just, like,
Quick brief,
overview.
like,
Yeah.
just to, like I think it's
For,
important to
like,
talk about it
layover
though for, like,
safety,
new
promoting.
hires to keep in mind that, like, even though we're traveling a lot and we are in safe areas, like, you always need to be aware of your surroundings, and not that you weren't aware of your surroundings, but it's
Yeah,
just, like, things can happen unexpectedly, and you would never think those things happened to you. Like, when I got attacked in our house, I, like, was like, "I see this shit on the news. I would have never thought a man would break into my house." You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, basically, I was on a layover in Buenos Aires, Argentina. I was having the best time. Literally, that's what, like, almost hurts the most, is that I was so excited for this trip. I was texting you guys for weeks because I, like, TTS'd into this trip.
Yeah,
Like,
she,
I
like,
traded
wanted
into
she
this
wanted
trip.
one of us to come with her on
Yeah,
this
I
trip.
was like, "Somebody anybody wanna come?" Like, cause the layover is, like, 2 days, basically. So I was there for a full 2 days, having the best time, took so many cute pictures that I will never see ever again. But, yeah, so, like, 2 hours before van time, I'm getting off the metro, walking back to my hotel. It's not even, like,
What
night.
time is it, by the
It
way? It's
was, like,
afternoon, right?
6.
Yeah,
It was 6, but, like, the sun
light.
hadn't really started setting that much. Like, it
Okay.
was, like, dim, but, like, not dark. But, yeah, so I'm, like, walking back to the hotel, and I got attacked from behind by a group of people, basically just, like, threw me in the street and,
Didn't they
like
grab you by your hair?
yeah, yeah. That detail, like, sucks too.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. And, basically, I guess they just wanted my phone, like, you could've asked.
Probably would have said no, but you could have
I probably
tried.
would've said no because even as they're, like, literally attacking me, I'm like, "Fuck off, no, you're not getting my phone." And, like, yeah, so once I was like, "Okay, they want my phone," I gave it up, and then because 'cause we're in the street, cars started coming, so then they, like, ran off because like, I don't know if they would've I had a purse and stuff, cookie in my purse that I fell on top of and crushed it, and then I ate it and cried in the hotel. Just little details. But yeah, so, like, I was just this was what, like 2 hours before van time, and I was still very much in, like, fight or flight, so I was thinking to myself the fastest I just wanted to go home. So the fastest way I was thinking for me to go home was to just work the flight.
If you guys aren't flight attendants right now, you probably don't know about minimum crew. So the FAA needs minimum crew. So there's a minimum amount of flight attendants that need to be on board working in order for the flight to go. So if Carlie called out, we wouldn't have
Yeah.
minimum crew and they would have to basically deadhead, like fly another flight
It
attendant
was
as a
gonna be, like, a
passenger to work this flight.
whole
It was gonna be a whole
situation.
ordeal. It was gonna
It was
delay
gonna
the
take
entire
me
flight.
yeah.
So that's why Carlie was like, I want to get home as soon as possible. So I'm just gonna suck it up and work.
Yeah, I knew that calling out, like, I probably and looking back, I probably should have, but, like, I was still, like, adrenaline, like, I wasn't, like, really hurt yet, like, not hurting yet, and so I just worked the flight back because I was like, "It's gonna be a whole deal if I call out. I'm probably gonna be stuck here for a couple days because 'cause they're gonna make me, like, go to the hospital here or whatnot." So I just worked the flight home.
Which also, like, obviously, you don't know how to handle those situations, but I feel like
Yeah,
they maybe would
and
have
to be
taken you more
honest
seriously if you would have done that because everyone, like, was such an asshole to her and, like, the hotel staff was like, "Why were you using your phone?"
no, that was what the purser said, and if the
Well,
purser is
yeah.
watching this right now, you're on my shit list, okay? He was
No,
very rude.
seriously. Like, the purser was, like, blaming her for getting attacked.
Yeah, so, that's another reason I think that the flight went, because I think, because when I went to the office in the morning when we landed, they were like, "Did you tell the purser?" And I was like, "Yeah," and they were like, "He didn't do anything about it? Like, he worked?" And I was like,
You're like, "No,
"I
actually,
don't
he made it
understand."
worse."
Yeah, he actually made it worse, and no, my whole crew, like, they were, like, great, and, like, they were like, "Just, like, do what you can on this flight," and they literally asked him, like, "She shouldn't be working," and he was like, and I was like, I don't want you guys to get stuck, like, it's minimum crew," so,
Yeah,
and
and he
I
was
was capable of working, like,
to her, he's kinda
physically.
like, "Have you never traveled before? Like,
No, literally,
have
I
you
was like,
never done an international?" And she's like, "I traveled to Guatemala by myself. I went to Thailand. Like, I did all these things, like,
yeah, this is not, like, my first week, which also, if it was my first week,
still not valid to
that's
happen."
still not okay. You still shouldn't say that to anybody, yeah. So, I
Yeah.
dealt with, like, a lot of stuff like that from doctors and stuff, but, like, physically, I was okay, I was just really sore and bruised, and my lip
Yeah, her lip was
kind of see a
busted.
scar. My lip was busted, so, yeah.
She had her attack older sister to help her through the reins.
I remember I told you, I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna, like, take the week off," and you were like, "No."
It
Like,
was
"You
like
need
I
to
got
take."
PTSD war flashbacks because that was me when the guy broke into my house. I was like, I my mom was just like, "Get home right now," and while I, like, arrive in California, my mom's like, "Okay, so we need to call the airline, we need to figure this out," and I was like, "I have 3 days off, I'm just gonna go back to work after this," and my family's like, "You're not going back to work after this,
Yeah,
this."
I had a trip coming up, but I was like, "Okay, maybe I'll just, like, see if I can get out of that trip, and then, like, I'll go back next week," and you were like, "No, you need to, like, do therapy."
Seriously, like, those kinds of attacks that put you in that state mess up your brain so much more than you think, like, I genuinely it took me a good damn near 2 years to fully recover.
Yeah,
The first year of that was really, really hard. It was really, really hard. I was constantly like, I would just wake up in the middle of the night and be like, someone's gonna break in,"
yeah.
like that, and, like, thank God for antidepressants and EDMR therapy and resources that the state has for women because, like, it helped me so much. Also, like, our company surprisingly has a lot of resources, like
If they hadn't been cool when it happened to you, I genuinely would have quit.
yeah.
I
No,
don't wanna
yeah.
work for a company that acts like that.
Yeah, no, no, no. They were actually, like, very supportive and, like, very helpful, and I think because, like, I don't know, there's so many people in our company, even though we work for such a huge corporation, a lot of the people that work in our company are, like, real, genuine people that care for each other within
Yeah,
the community, and they're like, "We have to have each other's backs," and I remember the woman that helped me do my leave paperwork, I was just, like, crying on the phone, like, I was like, "I'm not near a computer," and did it, and she's like, "I'll just do it for you."
yeah,
And I'm like, "Really? You don't have to, like, I can find a computer." And she's like, "No." And then she started just, like, giving me personal advice. She was just like,
yeah,
"You're gonna feel a lot of things during this time. Just remember to, like, not to put too much pressure on yourself." And, like, she's just an attendance manager. Like, literally. She just, like, sat and talked to me, and I just was
yeah,
like, "Damn, there are some good people that work for this company, especially in our union and stuff like that."
yeah. I've had a slightly different experience because mine was technically an injury
On
on
duty.
duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was on duty and injured, so
So my leave was unpaid because I was not on duty. It was at my house. So I had to like reach out to like donation resources to get my leave taken care of. So like this like organization where flight attendants like donate in case of times of uncertainty and stuff like that. So I like reached but Carlie is getting paid through what is it?
workers' comp.
Workers' comp because she was working and they want this bitch to get back to work.
I do. I'm ready to go back to work. I've been doing, like, crazy therapy, like, twice a week. So, yeah, it's time. I'm excited, nervous, but excited. It's almost like I'm a new hire again. Like, I haven't worked in, I mean, it's only been, like, 4 months, but still.
I will get on whatever trip is your first trip, even if it's nasty.
Thank
I'm
you.
off the 1st through the 8th, so I'll keep that off until we figure out what your
We'll
schedule
see what
is.
I'm doing. I don't know. It better be commutable, that's all I gotta say.
If not,
That's the only thing
we
I'm, like,
can have a
excited.
sleepover.
I'm excited to go back to work, but also, like,
Uh,
can't wait.
yeah. So also Carlie, I just wanna, like, shout her out because she needs to, like, get on her game with, like, posting again because Carlie's, like, a really incredible cook. Like, she's a really good cook, and when we all lived together, Carlie would be like, this is what I wanna make tonight, how many people want it, like,
My love
if
language.
everyone Venmos me $5, we can, like, make a big thing of this, and so, like, we were all broke, and we would all, like, Venmo Carlie $5 to $10, and she would make, like, a bunch of food, and so it was awesome, but, like, I've been telling her, like, she makes these intricate, like, meal preps. I'm like, "Make the meal prep videos," and she just, like, needs to get on her
I
Zoom.
know. I will I will when I go
So,
back
I'll,
make meal prep videos.
below, in the notes, and also I just wanna add, guys, before I, like, finish off, please, like, not to be cheesy, cheugy, whatever, but, like, please like, comment, subscribe, rate the podcast.
Like,
I
comment, subscribe
know!
below.
It's like so many people but, like, so many people support me, but I'm like, I know it's annoying to, like, take the time to, like, write a comment or, like the video or
Nah,
whatever,
I
but,
do
like
that all the time. If I can do it, you guys can do it.
I know Carly will deadass watch my videos, and she's like, "I already know this entire story."
When I was watching her last podcast, and then I was like, "Wait, I can get this live and in stereo," and then I just FaceTimed you.
Most of my friends which is crazy because we were friends, like, before my TikTok thing, but, like, most of my friends that I've made from TikTok are like, "I don't watch your videos anymore, why would I?" And I'm like, "You're a
They're
fake
fake
fan."
fans. Fake fans.
No,
I got me
literally.
me and my mom. My mom might be a bigger fan. My mom, she stays watching your videos.
I love when my friends' moms watch my stuff. Colin's mom? Shout out to Colin's mom.
Slay.
Yeah, yeah, my friends that I met from TikTok that are now in Chicago, they're like, "Why would I watch your videos, like, I hang out with you?" And I'm like, "You're
I
fake."
lived with her, and I'd be sitting next to her watching her video.
She said, "This bitch peed on the toilet next to me while I was brushing my teeth."
We just walk around the house naked. No, we didn't. I
No.
didn't.
I wasn't wearing pants most of the time, but I always had, like, a big shirt on.
Wait, should we I know this is getting long and you were trying to end it. Should we tell the story about our TV?
I guess.
I don't know if it'll be that funny.
I
Will it be that
saved I
funny?
saved all this money or, like, it wasn't, like, expensive. I think I got it on Black Friday. It was,
Right,
like,
you we got a deal.
I got a deal on Black Friday, but I was saving to buy us a nice TV because I'm like, "Okay, our living room sucks. The least we could do is, like, get a nice TV for the living room." So I got this nice flat screen, and you can tell the story.
And then so she got it, and then, like, 3 days later, it's New Year's Eve, and we're getting ready, and I had, like, a top that was, like, open kinda, so I needed, like you had, like, these boob things,
Sticky boobs.
sticky boobs, and I was gonna use them, but then you had them, like, downstairs, you were gonna give them to me or something, and I was upstairs getting ready, and there was music playing on the TV, and you guys are just, like, throwing them around for some reason, the
I
sticky
remember it
boobs.
was, like, the new SZA album in 2022.
And okay, this is what I hear from upstairs. From upstairs, all I hear is
Yeah, we're
everybody
like
goes
we're
silent. There's a bunch of
throwing
people over, everybody goes silent, but the music's still playing.
so our friends are, like, throwing the sticky boobs on the wall, and then they're falling off, and then one of our friends, Isaiah, throws the sticky boob at the TV, it grabs the TV and pulls it down, and the TV shatters, but the music is still playing, and Isaiah's like
Everybody was so quiet, and I just knew what was happening from upstairs. This TV was 3 days old. It did not live to see the new year.
and it was crazy because I was so excited about
It
it, it
was
was so funny. I was
shattered.
showing everyone, I was like, "Guys, look at our new TV." Isaiah went,
The
like, the
one
day
nice thing that
after.
we had.
He went the day out thank God they were still running the promotion, so the price was the same, so Isaiah went the day after and bought us a new one, which was really sweet of
Yeah,
him.
yeah, very sweet of him, as he should.
As he should. We've had a lot of crazy stories. We've had a lot of crazy moments.
Yeah, that was so funny. It was, like, almost like you can't be mad just 'cause it was just, like, death by sticky boob.
Yeah. Honestly, like, a lot of things that happen these days, when things go wrong, I'm like, "Honestly,
That's
bitch, you
because we're
gotta laugh at this
silly.
point."
We're silly and light at heart, and that's rare these days.
Literally so we've been having a cockroach infestation at our house, and we've had a
What?
ex Yes.
I'm not coming over.
Well, in the winter, they're gonna go away anyways, but,
Okay,
like,
good.
we've had an exterminator come multiple times, and, like, it's just been really annoying because, like, they're disgusting, and so I'm, like, making the French onion meatballs. I'm, like, making this French onion sauce for these meatballs, and it's taking me a few hours to make the sauce. You know caramelizing onions, like, it takes a long time. So I go in our overhead cabinet to grab something, and a cockroach falls right into my sauce and is just, like and I'm like I literally scream, I'm like, "No!" And then I,
You
like,
got
pull the cockroach out of the sauce, and I'm like, "You dumbass."
you got
And
lost
I'm,
in the
like,
sauce.
lost in the sauce. I'm like, "Honestly, you have to laugh at this point."
You
Like,
just have to laugh.
that
Then
was so gross, you have to laugh.
did you eat it? The sauce?
Uh
Listen, heavy cream is really expensive these days. I'm not gonna think about what I would do in that situation.
I took the cockroach out, I turned the heat to high,
Yeah, you
boiled
cooked it out.
boiled the shit out of it. Hey, in Thailand, they fry the cockroaches and eat them, okay? Like,
Yeah.
in some countries, this is completely
In
acceptable. No,
some
that's really
countries,
gross.
when a cockroach falls into your sauce, it's actually considered good luck in other cultures. So don't judge. If you're judging her, don't, because that's
We're
actually
losing viewers as we speak, like, the live the other
oh
day.
my
The other
god.
day, me and Carlie kept telling these, like, dumbass jokes, and her and I were dying, and each time we
They
would
were
tell a joke,
funny jokes.
the views were just dwindling, like, we went
It
from
got down to
having
5 people.
we have 10 people, and, like, these 10 people are real ones, and then we would tell a stupid joke, and it would be, like, 8, and I'm like, "Damn,
Yeah.
they didn't like that."
No, they didn't like me.
Well, Carlie, thank you for being on the podcast.
You're so welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for sharing your vulnerable story.
Yeah, I got so vulnerable, I almost cried.
This is Carlie being vulnerable.
You've seen me cry, like, once? Twice? Once,
When was that?
when my cousin died.
You cried when I got attacked too.
Yeah, 'cause I would've been a bitch if I didn't. No, that was actually, like now we're getting, like, deep. That was, like, one of the worst days of my life, other than
No,
my
I
attack.
know. That day was so bad. It was such an awful day.
Yeah. Before June 15th, I would've said that that was one of the worst days of my life, but I'm so sorry when I got attacked. I'm so
That's the
sorry
worst
that
day of
my
your life.
attack, yeah, took the number
You're
1
like, "It's
spot.
my attack first, and then your attack is, like, the second worst day."
Oh,
Alright, guys, well, yeah, it was nice to have you on.
there's my matcha.
If you listen the whole thing through, leave us a turtle emoji.
Yeah, how much of this are you gonna cut out?
I'm gonna leave that up to my editing software and then see what happens. I
We
feel
could
like
do,
we have
like, a
a
little bonus, a little
Oh,
bonus for the real
yeah.
one bonus episode, and it's just us being like, nobody likes our jokes.
They like them. Alright,
But smart
well,
people do.
I'll chit chat with you later.
Alright, bye.
Alright, bye.
Toodaloo.